As far as injuries are concerned, everybody's in good shape. Dez feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm hopeful that he'll feel better. Just, kind of that stuff kind of goes around this time of year. Jimmy's had a little bit of a sore back. We're just being smart with him. He'll be listed as questionable, but there's nothing that would lead me to believe that he won't be ready to go for us.
About Kevin Dotson?
Kevin's going to be good.
So he'll start?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What does that mean to have him back in the line?
It means a lot, and I think what's great is like we've talked about, Justin Dedich has done an amazing job. I think there's been a lot of guys that when they've been asked to be able to step up, Gary, they've delivered and been really proud of the depth of the group that we have, and then to be able to get a physical player, his energy, his swag, his presence is excellent for us. And so do feel a lot of confidence in Justin, but the expectation and the anticipation is Kevin's going to be ready to go and start, and he had a good day yesterday, and he's got that good look in his eye. I know he's missed, being out there with the guys. He stayed engaged, and it's exciting to have him back.
Sean, what's kind of the situation with Rob?
You know what? Rob is doing a great job, Maria, of just being able to lead right now. I think that he has just worked through so many different things. I mean, you look at the totality of his body of work, that ankle is really bothering him. And he's working. He does a great job with Reggie and his group on a daily basis. But he is just continuing to lead in the way that he can. And I think what says so much about his competitive character and who he is the way that he's influencing and affecting, positive change. He's in the meeting room giving coaching points. He wants to be out there, but what he is doing a great job of that I think says so much about him is that, okay, if I can't be out there physically participating, how can I make those contributions and be able to lead the way? And, the more that I'm around Rob, the more I love him. And obviously we have a long-standing history, but I think when you watch how people handle, not ideal circumstances and situations, you learn about him. This guy continues to come away as an incredibly special person. And, I look at it as, having two sons now. When my sons, when they eventually go through something like this, I hope they handle it the way Rob Havenstein has.
Is there any chance that he will not be able to return this?
I wouldn't rule that out. We've just kind of taken it a little bit at a time. And so I think that's kind of the best way to approach it without pigeonholing yourself into that approach. But I think, what's served us well is just being present, taking it a day at a time. That's what Rob's done a great job of. So wouldn't want to take that route. Hopefully we'll have some more opportunities to be able to talk through that situation as we continue if we're able to do what we want to do on Sunday.
Sean, there's been a lot of talk from you and this team about finishing.
Yeah.
How do you coach that?
I think you really just coach the consistent, ability to execute through four quarters, the competitive stamina. And then I think you draw on previous experiences. I think, you see that confidence earned through the work, through your preparation, and then through being able to deliver in those types of moments, which our players did last week. But every single game is a new game. Every single play is its own entity. And so I think what we talk to our players about is, let's be totally and completely present. Every single play represents one of two things: an opportunity to maintain the momentum or to snatch it right back. And so, I think it's about being able to do the things that are in alignment with, hey, what's my role with the 1/11th that I have to be able to do? How can I use my fundamentals, my techniques, and then be able to have the stamina and the strain through the echo of the whistle, and then be able to do it over and over again. And so don't necessarily focus on anything other than, hey, let's do what we can control. But we do emphasize the good moments, and then we talk about being able to learn from the times that maybe we didn't get it done.
We've talked to players about how they're going to prepare for the conditions.
Yeah.
What's going to be your game day attire? I mean,
you'll have to ask Brendan Berger about that.
I mean, you don't know. Are you going to be layered up? Are you going to have a beanie?
I'm going shirtless, Gary. No, you know what? I will say this. Matthew, since he got here, he introduced me to the wetsuit stuff, so I'll wear that. Maybe I'll have a heated vest. I've had some guys that have had that, so I try. Here's what I do know. I can't think about too many things. I trust whatever Brendan Berger's got ready for me. I'm going to actually get with him after we get done with practice today. He'll show me everything that he's got. Usually it's a thumbs up, and so it's not going to – hey, listen, I don't give a crap about me being warm or cold. That doesn't matter at all. It's about our players, but Berg takes good care of me.
You don't want to be inhibited in any way when you're running to call a timeout.
I'm an athlete, Gary. I'll be in good shape, man. Don't you worry about me. So we'll be good. Don't want. What do you think? I'm going to dress up like the Michelin Man or something? So no, we'll be good. But in all kidding aside, Berg has always done a really good job of outfitting me, and it hasn't been an issue. And now that I'm not being too stubborn to throw a beanie on after my mom and my wife ripped my ass, we'll be in good shape there too.
You guys came up with a different kind of travel plan for London. Obviously, you had time to do that. Did you consider anything this week?
What we've learned, Nate, is we've where we're kicking off, it really doesn't affect us. But going back to even the COVID year where we were mandated to travel the day before, we've tried to keep as much normalcy as we possibly can. Obviously, the London game had some different exceptions and things of that nature. But as it relates to us traveling, the way that we are, we try to be able to say, hey, let's stay in our atmosphere and environment as long as we can. You get there the night before the game. And I think, you don't minimize it, but I think it's as big a deal as you make it. And our guys have had a bunch of successful outcomes. It'll be, a 3:30 kickoff in our heads, so 2 hours later than what we're accustomed to. And so the good thing is at least there's other games on. The Monday night games are the ones that are the worst, where you're just sitting around and there's nothing to watch. And you feel like, especially the East Coast Monday night games. I mean, I was ready for bed by the time we kicked off against the Falcons. So, we'll be in good shape. But it's really a lot of it goes back to what we did against, in COVID, and then learning about it from Reggie and our group. And we've had some successful outcomes.
You talked a lot about how Puka has grown on the field in his first 3 years. He came in here, 5th round pick, and had a lot of success right away.
Yep.
How have you seen on a personal level him grow over these years?
Well, number one, like I've told you guys when we've talked about him, he's got a great heart. When you're around people and you just have that intuition of, man, you want to work with people. He's got this zest and this warmth, and it's like anything else. I think about when I was a younger guy, and still, you always try to be able to learn from, your mistakes, take advantage of the platform you had. And this guy, he's accountable. I love the human being. I love our players, so it's your job to be able to continue to help them grow. And I mean, shoot, I would be a hypocrite if I didn't say that I didn't have a bunch of learning ops and growth to be had. But when people's hearts are right, man, you want to invest in them and you want to give them every opportunity to be able to succeed. And that's not exclusive to Puka. That's all of our players. But I've really just seen him continue to grow. I've seen accountability. I've seen him continue to understand the valuable platform that he's earned to be able to influence and affect positive change. But you look at the way that he interacts with fans and those types of things. I mean, this is a great guy. He's great with you guys. And that's his authentic personality. And then like anything else, you continue to learn, and if you see people that can have that ownership, that accountability, and then be able to learn and continue to grow, those are the fun parts of being able to put your arm around people and help them, whether it's Puka or any of our players.
Having the ability to the entire tight end room, how does that impact your offensive operation that you're using?
Well, it's big. It's been great, Brock, to be able to have Tyler Higbee back in the mix. I think Nick Vannett has done a nice job when he's been asked to play a little bit more, and then getting Ferguson back is big. I think got the kind of the weird hamstring injury a couple weeks ago, missed the last 2 games. He's feeling good. He's running well, and so we're excited to be able to have those guys. And it's not exclusive to the tight end room. I think we're relatively as healthy as you could hope to be. Getting Jordan Whittington back in the receiver room is a big deal. So we're grateful for that, because there's been some years where you look at it going into your 19th game. Normally you don't have the health that we do have, and that's a credit to our players, to Reggie and his group. And so very grateful, and that room has obviously been really valuable and beneficial for us.